What's going on, Jacksonville? We are back! How about it? Octagon girls are here. Brooklyn Wren, Brittany Palmer, Luciana Andrade. Our matchmakers, Sean Shelby, Mick Maynard. UFC President Dana White is in the building. Let's go, folks! We begin with the UFC Fight Pass prelims. First fight in the women's strawweight division. Liang Na versus Ariane Cornelosi. First fighter to the scale, Ariane Cornelosi. £115, the official weight for Ariane Cornelosi. And her opponent set to make her UFC debut here tomorrow live on UFC Fight Pass is Liang Na. £116, the official weight for Liang Na. All right, next prelim comes your way in the UFC flyweight division. The Mongolian murderer Orichi Lang versus Jeff El Jefe Molina. £126, the official weight for Jeff Molina. And his opponent is the Mongolian murderer Orichi Lang. The official weight, £126 for Orichi Lang. Moving on now to a prelim in the UFC's lightweight division, Kazula Vargas versus Rong Zhu. First fighter to the scale is Rong Zhu. £156 for Rong Zhu. And his opponent, the veteran Kazula Vargas. The official weight, 155 for Kazula Vargas. the featured bout of the early prelims live on ESPN, UFC Fight Pass in the bantamweight division. Storm Dana Batkeri versus Kevin Quicksand Natividad. Official weight 135.5 for Kevin Natividad. And his opponent is Storm Dana Batkeri. .136, the official weight for Dana Batkeri. All right, these next four prelims can all be seen live on ESPN. First out of the chute in the featherweight division, Pat Sabatini versus Tristan Boondock Connolly. The official weight 146 pounds for Tristan Connolly. And his opponent out of Philadelphia, PA, set to make his UFC debut here tomorrow, Pat Sabatini. .146 for Pat Sabatini. All right, next up in the UFC middleweight division, Carl Baby K. Robertson versus Brendan All-In Allen. First fighter to the scale is Brendan Allen. The official weight 186 pounds for Brendan Allen. And his opponent, Carl Baby K. Robertson. Official weight 185 pounds for Carl Robertson. All right, next prelim comes your way in the welterweight division. Dwight the Body Snatcher Grant versus Stefan Sekulic. First fighter to the scale is Stefan Sekulic. .171, the official weight for Stefan Sekulic. And his opponent set to make his 5th UFC appearance here tomorrow, Dwight the Body Snatcher Grant. Official weight 170 pounds for Dwight Grant. that brings us to the featured prelim also in the UFC's welterweight division. Alex Cowboy Oliveira versus Randy Rude Boy Brown. First fighter to the scale is Randy Brown. Official weight 171 pounds for Randy Brown. And his opponent set to compete in the UFC for a 20th time here tomorrow, Brazil's Cowboy, Alex Oliveira. 171 pounds, the official weight for Alex Cowboy Oliveira. And with that, we get to the main card for UFC 261, live on pay-per-view. First up in the light heavyweight division, Anthony Lionheart Smith versus Jimmy Crute. First fighter to the scale, number 13 in the world at present, Jimmy Crute. Official weight 205.5 pounds for Jimmy Crute. And his opponent is the former world title challenger, number 6 in the world, Anthony Lionheart Smith. The official weight 206 pounds for Anthony Smith. Next up, how good is this in the middleweight division? Uriah Primetime Hall versus the All-American Chris Weidman. First fighter to the scale, none other than the former undisputed UFC middleweight champion, Chris Weidman. Official weight 186 for Mr. Weidman. And his opponent is the 9th ranked middleweight in the world, Uriah Primetime Hall. $185 pounds, the official weight for Uriah Hall. All right, now it's time to take a closer look at the 2 women who will share the octagon tomorrow night in the first of our 3 undisputed championship fights.
What can you say about Valentina Shevchenko? Legendary fighter, a generational talent.
She is one of the best martial artists on the planet Earth. She really has no weakness in her game. Her technique is so crisp. Whether it's her kicks, her takedowns, her submission.
There's the tap!
She's an ice-cold killer, and if she connects, you are in trouble.
Wow! She has dominated everybody from the moment she got a hold of this championship.
And this level of the competition, there is no weak opponents. Everyone has their game, and my goal as a champion to break their game.
Oh, that's it. And still the best in the world by a mile, Valentina Shevchenko.
What a dominant performance.
When you feel that they are starting to break, you have to help him to break completely. This is what I'm gonna do.
In a lot of people's minds, the fight is done before they even get into the octagon. It's just, how is she gonna do it? But someone always rises. Valentina Shevchenko is waiting for that someone to emerge. But it's gonna take a special athlete.
Shevchenko's at a place in her career now where she needs an opponent that people think actually has a chance of beating her, and I think we all know that Andrade does.
A Valentina realmente ela é uma campeã dominante, né? Vem mostrando isso a toda luta que ela faz, mas algum defeitinho ela tem e a gente tem que usar isso contra ela, né?
The scariest 5'1" package on the planet.
Eu acredito que a minha agressividade, a força, as entradas de queda, o tempo inteiro pra cima, isso aí vai conseguir anular o jogo dela.
When I think of Jessica Andrade, one word springs to mind: violence.
Dar o meu melhor sempre e acabar as lutas assim, de formas que ninguém acredita que vai ser, né?
Oh, she hurt to the body. Oh, she showed herself there. Whoa. And that is it. In her flyweight debut.
She just stopped the #1 ranked fighter in this division in the first round.
Look at the way that Valentina did against Chikagan. It took her a few rounds. It took Andrade a couple of minutes. She might be in that sweet spot at 125, and that power, that game-changing power, that's a nice little weapon to have against Valentina Shevchenko.
She's a real problem for Shevchenko.
Speaking is one thing, but to feel the power, it's different. She thinks that she is strong enough. Let her believe in this, because she's not.
Oh! Valentina Shevchenko!
She is a straight-up assassin.
First fighter to the scale, the former UFC strawweight champion and the #1 ranked flyweight contender, Jessica Andrade. $124.5 the official weight for BANTAMWEIGHT Jessica Andrade. And her opponent, none other than the undisputed, reigning, defending UFC flyweight champion of the world, Valentina "Bullet" Shevchenko. Official weight 124.5 for the champion, Shevchenko. All right, we will first step over here and talk to the challenger, Jessica Andrade. Thank you so much for your time. Congratulations on another UFC title fight. You have been a champion before. What type of performance is it gonna take to dethrone Valentina Shevchenko?
Bom, eu acredito que eu vou dar o meu melhor lá dentro do octógono. Estou muito feliz de ter essa oportunidade de novo, de estar aqui disputando o cinturão. E amanhã vai ser um show, espero que vocês gostem.
You know, tomorrow you guys can expect a big show. You know, I'm here to take the belt, and worst of worst, you guys are gonna get the best fight of the night.
Wish you all the best tomorrow. One of the most accomplished women right there in UFC history, Jessica Andrade. And of course, we now welcome in the champion. Let's hear it, folks. Valentina Shevchenko, 5th title defense. I know you're excited for the words to give way to the action, but any final thoughts on the eve of another title defense here against Andrade?
I'm ready, 100%. My power, my strength, my mind is on set. Tomorrow, gonna show everything. My power and belt will be back with me to my home. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming. See you tomorrow.
There she is, folks, your flyweight champion, Valentina Shevchenko. All right, so that's the story on one title fight. 2 more. Let's take a closer look now at the co-headliners in the strawweight division.
I'm extremely excited to be fighting for a title again. Ever since getting dropped on my head to rematching Andrade to recovering from that fight, it's just been on my mind ever since.
In the center of the octagon, as they exchange strikes, we're going to find out a lot. Whether or not she can keep Joanna's rhythm. Oh! Huge right hand by the champion.
Oh, that was nasty.
这场比赛呢，通过我和乔安娜的比赛，我收获了很多，尤其是潜能。
It's exactly what you want to see. The champion, Weili, is answering the call.
Wow, what a
Arguably
fight.
the greatest fight in mixed martial arts history.
遇到困难，我们要想着怎么样去解决问题，解决困难。
Fighting the level and caliber of fighters that I have throughout my entire career has prepared me for this moment.
Rose has done everything she can to prepare for this matchup and to ultimately become champion of the world once more.
This is my moment. Winning the belt will be like a culmination of my entire life kind of coming to a head.
I mean, one of the greatest fights I think we've ever seen.
It's one of the best fights I've ever seen.
And it just showed you the heart of these two women.
我觉得这场比赛肯定会是一场非常非常精彩的比赛。
Wow! Elbows up top. This is bad for Andrade.
Is this the moment?
Oh my word!
Zhang Weili makes history.
这次比赛呢，我准备了很多。 Rose 她也肯定准备了很多，但是我觉得看谁做得更好，我觉得需要在赛场上再加。
I want this fight with Weili because she's the best, she's the champion, and I want to be the best.
Oh! Huge right for Namajunas.
Oh! Plain and simple, she's the champ, and I want that belt.
I am the champion. That is it! Thug Rose Namajunas!
因为在这一年里边，我努力做了很多的训练和工作，我相信在下一场比赛里边一定会展示出一个全新的张伟丽。
All right, folks, here we go. First fighter to the scale, the former UFC strawweight champion and the #1 ranked contender, Thug Rose Namajunas. Official weight 114 1/2 pounds for Thug Rose. And her opponent, of course, is the undisputed UFC strawweight champion of the world, Magnum Zhang Weili. The official weight for Zhang Weili. All right, we will grab a minute here with the challenger, of course, the fan favorite, Thug Rose Namajunas. What a reaction when you came out. I know how stoic and thoughtful you've been all week with your words. Any final thoughts on the eve of another major championship fight for you?
I'm super excited for this matchup. All silliness aside, Weili's made me a better person, so I thank her for that. And I'm really grateful for this experience. I'm so grateful for the fans, the UFC, just everything. And I'm going to do my best tomorrow and, you know, just let God take care of the rest.
Thank you very much. We wish you all the best. Ladies and gentlemen, Thug Rose Namajunas. Anybody here? There he is. Thank you, sir. Zhang Weili, UFC strawweight champion, is with us. Congratulations. Title defense here tomorrow night. What type of fight are you expecting here against Rose Namajunas?
就是张伟丽，恭喜你来到你这里。明天你觉得你会跟维利跟罗斯打出怎样一场精彩的比赛？
我相信明天会是一场非常非常精彩的比赛。我这一年没有比赛，但是呢，我一直在不停地加强自己。明天就是检验我成果的时候了。
I believe it will be an extraordinary fight. I haven't fought for 1 year, but I've been always training hard. Tomorrow will be the day to examine my hard work.
It'll be an honor to watch you perform.
Hello, USA! Long time no see! Yeah!
There she is, folks, the best strawweight in the world, Zhang Weili. All right, with that, it is now time to take a closer look at the men on the marquee, the two welterweights who will share the octagon in our championship main event.
Biggest fight on the biggest card for Fight Island has been officially postponed. Gilbert Burns is out of the UFC 251 main event against Kamaru Usman for the welterweight title. And now, on 6 days' notice, Jorge Masvidal will step in.
About a week ago, you weren't even on this card, and now you're fighting for the UFC world title.
If I am who I say I am, then I'm here to compete.
Having the courage on 6 days' notice to jump on a plane, fly to the other side of the world, 22 pounds over when he wasn't even in training camp, to have the biggest fight of his life.
20 pounds in 6 days. It was rough, but I did it.
I mean, that says everything that you need to know about this man right there.
Will there be a baptism? Will Masvidal break through?
Kamaru is walking into this fight, the man with the better gas tank that's had a full camp. But at the end of the day, this man's the champion for a reason.
The only reason this man took the fight is because it was on 6 days' notice, and he had a built-in excuse.
Whoa!
Wow.
Big takedown. Masvidal looking a little labored, certainly on 6 days' notice, more than understandable.
When you had the chance, you had a 6-day meet that obviously wasn't in that type of shape. All you chose to do was a stalemate.
At the end of the day, he's pushed up against the fence, chipping away, scoring points.
There's no way in hell somebody that takes a fight with me on 6-day notice, I'm gonna let him walk out of there conscious.
No quitting Masvidal, that's for sure. But tonight belongs to Kamaru Usman, the Nigerian nightmare.
Guess what? It's not done. He's still running his mouth, talking about, oh, he broke my nose, stepping in on 6 days. Give you 3 weeks, he's gonna do something. He keeps running his mouth. If he's gonna talk, step in here and you gotta see me. I'll give you a whole training camp, because this time I'm gonna finish your ass.
Oh! There's a knockdown for Kamaru Usman!
Kamaru's trying to finish the show!
That is it! And still!
I am levels above everyone in the division. I am the undisputed champion of the world. Everything that I do is to be the best.
And there is a new record holder for the longest winning streak in UFC welterweight history.
Put some respect on my name!
I'm gonna step into the octagon and I'm gonna do what I do, and that's show the world that I am the king of the welterweight division.
With a full training camp, I know for a fact I'm the guy to give Kamaru his first loss.
Oh! Out cold!
I'm gonna break Usman. I'm gonna get in there and I'm gonna test his will from the very first second to the very last second. I'm gonna push on the gas pedal and I'm gonna hit him as hard as I can. He's gonna break, and when he breaks, I'm gonna look him right in the face and I'm gonna take his ass out.
Oh! What a finish for Jorge Masvidal!
You're a journeyman. You could have some success, but when it comes to being the elite, you fall short.
He knows I'm coming to shut his lights off. I'm gonna give it my all to end you.
There will be no built-in excuse this time. This time, I'm gonna put the nail in the coffin and get that finish.
First fighter to the scale, the man many of you came out to see, the BMF himself, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. 170 pounds, the official weight for Jorge Masvidal. And his opponent, arguably the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, the undisputed UFC welterweight champion, the Nigerian nightmare, Kamaru Usman. The official weight for the champion, Kamaru Usman. Masvidal, there are a lot of reasons this building is sold out tomorrow. Chief among them, your presence on this fight card. Give us your thoughts on what could transpire here tomorrow, my friend.
First, thank Dana, thank the governor, the mayor of the city for putting this back, letting everybody be here. Great energy. Let's fucking go. I mean, I know what you guys came here for violence, so that's all I'm gonna give you tomorrow. I'm baptized this individual with some holy fists. You guys know what I bring to the table. I'm gonna knock this motherfucker out.
Can't wait to see it play out. There he is, Jorge Gamebred Masvidal. And we step over here and talk to the champion, Kamaru Usman. I know you're excited that the time for talk is now over. Just digesting this moment. A lot of big moments in your career. Give us your thoughts on what we might see here tomorrow, my friend.
Absolutely. There's a reason I am pound for pound one of the best to do this. And tomorrow, and still.
Sleep well, we'll see you tomorrow. There he is, the champ, Kamaru Usman. Ladies and gentlemen, can't thank y'all enough for coming out. One more sleep. See you back here tomorrow.